Hello everyone. It's new rig day. I picked up an scx24. I'm quite excited to get one of these because a lot of people locally have these and seem to be doing a lot of fun things with them. So I'm excited to crack into this guy. But first, let me explain how I acquired this. I bought this scx24 through cryptocurrency. I earned cryptocurrency through a program called nicehash. I have a gaming computer and utilize the power of it through the program of nicehash to acquire cryptocurrency. Nicehash takes a percentage off the top and sends the rest of the profits to you. To learn more about it, check them out on social media, YouTube, search nicehash themselves, or check the link in the description. Now, let's just crack this little guy open. We have the vehicle itself. We have 4 AA batteries, some extra plastic parts, a small hex wrench, and the instruction booklet. I think that hex wrench is going to be quite handy because the hardware on this vehicle is very, very small. There is a USB charger for the 2S LiPo that is included, and the remote. If you open the remote, you can see your trims, dual rate, a low, medium, and a high switch, your on-off switch, and a reversing for your servo. There is also a channel 3 switch here. I'm not sure what that is for, but it's cool that they have that option. Now, let's get into the vehicle itself. I chose the deadbolt body. They also have a Jeep, a C10. As you can see, the approach angle is very, very good with this front bumper, and there is a non-existent rear bumper. And the cage work is awesome on top. It does have light buckets, but they seem to be non-functional. So let's pop in under the hood. The body flips up to reveal your chassis and electronics. At the front, there's a small servo with servo saver. The shocks are friction. The ESC and receiver combo, your 2S LiPo, and an 88 turn motor connected to your transmission. Oh snap! And also lights. That's awesome. I have some big plans for what I call the crypto crawler. I went and picked up some goodies from MOFO RC. Let's go over there and talk with Nick. Got Nick here from MOFO RC.
Hello everybody.
I call him the mad scientist. He's always here in the laboratory cooking things up. So,
lots of stuff.
How'd you get into the hobby?
Let's see. First, I think I had probably an RC10 GT years and years and years and years ago. Back when the gas motors were the ones to have, and it was fun. You know, as a kid, it broke. Didn't have money to fix it, so I messed with it. Put it in a box eventually. A few years later, kind of resurfaced back into it. Did some other things, you know, short course trucks, stuff like that, bandits, things like that, Traxxas stuff, whatever. And then when Axial was fairly big, kind of in their heyday, I think right around the time the scx24 came out is when I got back into the hobby, but into the crawler side of it, and started doing some things with them. You know, mainly just hacking stuff up, putting things together on them. At some point in time, I ended up buying a 3D printer and kind of taught myself how to use them. You know, got better and better as I was going. Started off using like PLA, like most people do. Prints pretty, not super great though for strength or anything like that. Doesn't hold heat well. Started doing more things with the printer, learning more about the program to make and design parts, and made my first like motor forward kit, which is when I really started getting into doing my own designs on everything. Started using mainly ABS for everything because of the heat retention and the fact that they don't sag once you get too much heat. Because I did at some point design like a little fake motor, and I put a electric motor in it, and then once the thing heated up, gear mesh was terrible. So I went strictly over all of the ABS because of the heat problems with PLA, and pretty much that's mostly what all I use now, minus some things I'll print out in carbon fiber polycarbonate because it's a little stronger. A little harder to print though, takes longer, I have to dry them, a lot more post-finish stuff. But once I got into like the 24th scale stuff is when I really started doing a lot more with everything. You know, my first 24th scale stuff was like this little mini bouncer here. This one's kind of taken apart at the moment, but this little mini bouncer cage was one of the first things I did in the 24th scale, and that little thing just took off. Everybody liked it. I kind of refined it, went from the V1 to the V2, then to the V3. The V3, kind of V3.2-ish. At that point, I stopped messing with it and just did little refinements for quality improvements, you know, making holes smaller where they're too big, longer, deeper, to get better bites with the screws, things like that. And then I started doing a lot of other little parts, like the flex blades and high clearance links, other different chassis things, you know, this little monster truck frame. I do like a 19mm lift kit. It just kind of took off from there with all the different stuff. I got rear steering kits, trailers, pretty much anything you can think of, and anything that I do think of, I try to make when I do have time. You know, I've got the 5 printers that normally run almost 24 hours a day. Right now, they're not doing anything because it's I don't know what day is it, Saturday or Sunday right now, and just don't really feel like messing with it right now. Hanging out with my buddy Paul here, just talking, shooting the breeze with him, and going over all the different stuff. Here's a little 6x6 chassis for the like the bouncer style. This one, like everything in here, just piles of parts at the moment because I'll put something together, take pictures of it, and then end up robbing the parts out of it for something else. But that's pretty much the gist of it. You know, I keep going, keep designing more things, keep improving things, and just do the best I can.
Oh yeah. You have a favorite?
Out of the 24 models and the stuff that I do, I think probably the mini bouncer. You know, that's probably my favorite at the moment. I was having a ton of fun with the monster truck. The monster truck, I put the motor that I'm still waiting to get here, one of my prototype motors in, and I was having a lot of fun with that, doing donuts and stuff, but then I started burning out the pinion gears. And so I do have a whole bunch of brass pinion gears on order as well. Once I get those in, it'll be a tough choice between the monster truck and the mini bouncer, because I'll probably put the same motor in both of them. So they'll both have a lot of speed, somewhat crawlable, but it'll be a tough choice at that point. The rest of them are just kind of fun to play with, you know, for scale stuff, take pictures with, things like that.
Well, all right. Thank you, Nick.
Thank you, Paul.
Isn't that stuff awesome? I'm starting to really take a shine to this scx24, and with some parts that I've acquired, I'm going to do a little project with it. So let's stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching.